Hi, welcome to StartPHP. In this video, I'm going to show you the next step of PHP array, which is multi-dimensional array. Usually with the array, you will have some list of value in a variable. But this time with multi-dimensional array, each element or each item of the array is itself an array that has key and values. So a regular array will have a key and a value, but in this case the key would be a key, but the value would be another array. This allows you to have very complex amount of information or data all in one variable, and you can access it easily, display the information or format it the way that you want on the screen or whatever application that you have. So let's get started. So let me clarify first something, that this is an array of books. The variable name or array name is books, and here are the values, the items. So we have math, geography, biology. These are 3 items here. So this one, these are all the values. The key for these are, when you don't assign the values, are 0, 1, 2. To see it, I'm going to run it here in my browser. I just use print underscore r and then books. So let me run the code. So here the key is 0, which is math, and then 1 is geography, 2 is biology, 2 is biology. Let me look at the source code so you can see it better. Or you can have your own keys with different numbers. For example, if you want to have, the key should be 5, which is math, and then this should be 27 geography, and then 87 biology. So let me just refresh it here. You see 527. So the value, so the keys can be set by you. Okay, I've created this array now. So the array box has 3 items. So item number 1, number 2, number 3. So the key value for item number 1 is 5, and then 27, 87. And the value for the key number 5, this is a value. So the value is an array. Before the value was math, geography, biology. Now this is array. Now this array has 3 items, 1, 2, 3. As before, this is the value. So the first value, second value, third value. So this is with the index of 0, this is 1, this is 2. And the same way 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. But I know that this is ID, this is the book title, and this is the author. So this is just an example. Let me just run this here, refresh. So here is what has been printed, but let me look at the source code so you can see it better. For this array, the main array, this is the main array, that's the beginning, that's the end. So the key 5 is an array. The key 5 has a value of an array. So here is the array, and here are the elements 0, 1, 2, and you see it like that. So that's ID, that's the title, that's the author. Same thing for the second one, ID, title, author. So this way it's shown. So now how can I print any of the values here? If you want to get, let's say, this value, so you type the key, which is 27, and then you put another parenthesis to get this plant. So the plant is, that's 0, 1. So let me put a horizontal ruler here. So that's the source code. If I go here, so that's a planet. So that it gives you the planet. So if I want this one, so you just change it to 5, and then that is 3. Sorry, 2. So it gives me the other one. If you want to replace any value, let's say this one, you want to make it Mars. So you have to find, so this one is 27 and 01. Just put equal sign. So if you, this is the value here, the same thing, the value we say is equal to whatever you put here. So now if I print, so let me print it here. So that's printing the same thing, and this here I'm changing it, and then let me print it again after the horizontal ruler, see what happens. So initially it's planets, this is planets, and then we are changing it and putting another horizontal ruler, and it has been changed. So if I print the whole thing again, I forgot the semicolon. So let me go here and you will see. So that is the first one, second, third. So the key is 27. This is planets, and here 27 has been changed to Mars. So this way you can assign and change any value. If you don't have the key for this, so you can have the array without the key, that's also fine. But if you don't have the key, so remember we have a comma between each item like before. So each item is separated with comma. This automatically has the key of 0, 1, 2 and so forth. It just goes by order starting from 0. To run the code, here I'm going to show you 0, 1, 2. So if I press Ctrl U to see the source code, so automatically 0, 1, 2. So this is how you will get the information from database. When you read it, automatically each item will be in an array and their index starting with 0. And one of the beauty of this type of arrangement of data is that when you read a loop, you can start from 0 accordingly until reach certain value without need of understanding the key for that. So this way how it works. Now here we have, these also has automatically key of 0, 1, 2 and 3. Here you can have your own key. For example, you can say ID, and then that means in array, that means equal. So you put equal and greater than and then the sign. So here now I have all the each item has key and value. So I have title as a key and then planet as a value. So all of these are shown here. Sometimes you want to display them or write them in a way that is more intuitive and easily understandable. So what you do is you enter here and then this way. So this way you can clearly see them, that okay, the first one is an array. Here the highlight yellow shows that's a main array, and this is array. This item is an array, and you see semicolon separating it, and then ID, title, author, ID, title, author. So let me run the code here now. So this is the code. If I press Ctrl U, you see here the index 0, 1, 2. So this refers to 0, as if we have 0 as a key for this array, and then we have 1 and then 1 and 2. And these are the items. So if you want to access, if you want to get this value, so you put book 0 ID, you get that. and then book 1 ID, book 2 ID. So let me just run it. Because ID is a string, you have to put it inside single or double quote. So this gives me this value. If you want to have the title, if I change this to 2, you see this will pick up the second item. And if I put the title here, so it gives me the title. Now you can run a for each loop to get each separately. As I explained in previous tutorial, for each is a type of loop that goes through item of an array. So we say for each box, which is this array, for each box, make the key as k and the value as v. When you put this one, whatever you put on this side, it will be a key. So whatever text you want to type, I call it k for simplicity and v for value. So key and value. And then we can get the key and the value for each item. But this k is giving me 0, 1, and 2. So let me put it here. So if I just run this, you will see it will give you 0, 1, and 2. So 0, 1, and 2. Let me just put here some space. With break. So it gives me 0, 1, and 2 code. So because I put this array, if you want to use it, parenthesis inside the text is one way. Curly parenthesis will print that for you. So that's one way. The other way would be if you don't want the parenthesis here because of the double quotation, I'm doing this. So if you don't want to do that, so let's say put concatenate it with dot. So I'm concatenating. So this is one piece of string, and then this is actual array, and then so I'm stitching 1, 2, 3 pieces together. You see this worked. Or let's say you want to get the author. You can also get the same way all values. So let's say you want to put it as a table, and then it can print. Okay, now I'm printing this table here at the beginning. So I close my PHP tag, and then I put the table, that's the opening of a table, and that's the end of table. And then I have table row, which with 3 self ID title. This is the text printed, and then for each loop goes and prints a row for me. So it goes 1, 2, 3, whatever numbers. Here in this case we have 3. So it goes and prints 3 times this one. And each time it prints ID title author, and then goes again, prints another row, and that's it. So this is the closing of for each. So I can put this comment, so I know this is a for each. Let me run the code, save it. So here, this is the text ID title author that I put here, because I put table header th, so it's already bold. And these are the value. As you can see, we can access it with $k, which is the key, and then we say go with the 0, get the ID. Go with the 0, the array with the key 0, get the title. Array with the key 0, get the author, which gives us this one, these 3, and then so forth. And the same way as before, if you want to change or add any other of the values, you just change here. For example, I have added the items for the array, so I have added new array item into the array of books. So I don't put any ID here. We say just go add one more. So it adds one item, and here is that item with array. So it has ID title as before. So to make it a little beautiful, so let's see how it looks. and this is the closing of that array if you want to see it more better. So ID, title, author, and we just say box, and then we do not set any key value, any key, and then we say array. So that's opening and closing an array, and these are the items inside this array, which is the whole thing is added into the box. So now we had 3 items, and this will add one more. So let me run it. So here the last item 888, what I added, and then earth, and then that's the author. So this way you can add more value or change or read it. So unlike Java and C++ and other languages that you should have consistent type of data in all elements of array, in PHP we have the flexibility and freedom of doing whatever we want here. For example, the author here and the last item is an array again itself. So we have first array and then second array and then this array. So this array is inside this array, and the array is element 3 of the main array. But if we try to print the author here, the last line here, this one will be array, and you will see the error. So you see here the author shows as an array, so this is not a value. So to access this is 0, 1, 2. So one way would be to check if the author is an array, then you have to print it separately, or maybe print another table cell, or simply print them with comma. So here we can check if $books, $k author, if author is array. So this is a function that checks for this value if this is array. Remember, this was showing as array here. If this is array, then we run another for each loop. We say go through each as a name. We call it name, each item. So this will be name. We call it each item as a name here, and then print name and put a comma. So it doesn't matter, first, even the third one will have a comma. So I'm not going to make it complex. So here, this has been printed now properly. You see the first, second, and third. So, and this is the name of each person have been printed. So this was a brief introduction to multidimensional array, and in the upcoming examples with different topics and loops and for loops that I will go through, you will understand better the multidimensional array in PHP. Thank you for watching.